out and check out
Red Machine.
Red Machine is the
Red Machine Jukola 2017. You will find
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's a really fun one.
That's the way you
Promote the club.
Yeah, promote the club and launch your running order also.
And even promote their supporters, which was kind of nice way promoting them as well.
Yeah.
Not just having names on the shirts.
Here is someone saying that Jukola is only 7 legs. Try commentating Tiumila with youth relay as well. Okay, we are coming if somebody asking. No worries.
You are doing that whole night, whole day.
Oh, if somebody is so eager to wants to listen to me the whole night and whole year,
Whole year.
whole year, we can do it 24/7 throughout 364.
I heard you are leaving your job for a while to work professional in this, but I didn't know you were commenting the whole year.
Maybe
Online.
not. That could be a bad idea to do.
You might want to comment the last leg while you're running as well. Would be really interesting hearing you commenting your own running.
Yeah. We were planning because I'm also organizing next year's Jukola at Lahti, and we were doing a video from my last leg today, but surprisingly the battery was empty from GoPro, so I'm not taking it. Maybe a good thing.
Maybe a good thing.
Yes. But now back to basics and back to
the long leg.
Back to the long leg. It's been now over 6.5 minutes since Göteborg was here at 6.6 kilometers.
We can start expecting Tampereen Pyrinty.
Yes. And I assume maybe 1 minute, maybe 1.5 minutes he should be there. Florian Howald cap was a little bit under 8 minutes, so if he continues the same pace, he should be there soon, very soon. And then it's interesting to see how close are the Norwegian and Swedes, Frohl, Södertälje, Järla, and also then Vaajakoski, Halden, HS and Nydalen before a small cap to Hiiden Kiertäjät and Vehkalahti. And then again a small cap to MS Parma, Ikalinen, Paimio, Linné and Denzel, Tyrving, Tumes, first and second team, they are together on the position 19 and 20. So
it's going to be a hard fight.
Yes.
Between the
there are Janis Grums and Jussi Suna. Grums for second team and Suna for the first team, and then lastly runners are Janis Grumins and Jannik Mihiels for Turun Metsänkävijät. But here, not yet Tampereen Pyrinty here.
Expect some red colors.
Should be there. Now soon 8 minutes. And that means that there he is. So the cap is quite same. It was 7:54 last time where we were in TV coverage, and now here is Howald and 8:01. And
takes
he's
his time as well before the long run.
Yeah.
He's been in a good shape this year.
That's true. And now when we look this sixth leg behind the top 20, we have so that Uenorska is on a 22nd place. The Swiss team Simon Dubac running there this sixth leg, 23 minutes behind, leading Göteborg. And then we're waiting from so that, for example, leading Morten Boström running this leg has been there at 1.8 kilometers on 36th place, 28 minutes behind. Göteborg together with Södertälje's second team and Fredrikstad a little bit behind, leading. There are also Orion on the 38 at the same time as Frohl punching here 9 minutes behind, leading Göteborg, and 1 minute and 5 seconds behind Tampereen Pyrinty, Yngve Skogstad changing Pyrinty. So quite a big differences, top 50 so far in 34 minutes.
But that was expected in this kind of terrain.
It was expected. We saw it already earlier in the Venla relay.
Yeah, but there I think the gaps were even larger than I thought. It's also the good fortune.
That's true.
No, there are no passengers here in this relay.
And it doesn't take so long time before we are waiting IFK Göteborg to the next TV control. Our third intermediate on a fourth place at 8.4 kilometers. So next run from this one, which we are right now waiting for, Ärla and Södertälje. There comes now Södertälje, punching there.
That's Ternis, that's...
And also Ärla, Chermis.
And we have Halden as well.
And Halden there coming also,
behind.
not far away comes Jan Sedivi. So they are together there, and they are 1.5 minutes behind Frul. So now we have top 7.
That
and
looks like
then comes
Vajakoski.
Akisaari, a couple of seconds behind. Then this trio, a little bit over 10 seconds from Sedivi. And now we have top 8 there. And then there was a little bit over 1 minute gap to Helsingin Suunnistajat and Nydalens at 4.1 kilometers. And already Göteborg punching there at 8.4 kilometers at the same time when these men were here at 6.6 kilometers. And now it's interesting to see the difference between KV and Göteborg. And now Göteborg been there at 8.4 kilometers, and now we wait to see KV to come there also.
It's in an interesting lag because the route choices are not the typical route choices. It's more about the greens.
Yeah. And do you have the courage to go around or just push through in many places also?
Yeah. Seems like Tampereen Pyrintö is finding a nice track there. KV is soon to be seen on the control.
Yes, soon there at 8.4 kilometers.
I'd say he has again picked a little bit, but not much.
It was 2:26, and soon we know. Are you right? You have a little bit sharper eyes than I have. You have been sleeping that 1 hour more than me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 2:22, so you were right. 4 seconds.
It's this crystal ball of mine. I look into it and...
Gap at 8.4 kilometers. Helsingin Suunnistajat now at 6.6 kilometers together with Nydalens and Anders Wister.
Good work there.
So they are together. And here, this is already at 9 kilometers.
And those runners are not.
No. Then we are waiting for IFK Göteborg and Fredrik Backman to come. And the gap was 2 minutes 22 seconds. A couple of 100 meters, 600 meters before this control. And there we are now waiting for Backman to come. And there he comes.
No.
Punching there, and clock starts to tick.
Now we can see them on the screen as well.
Yes. And interesting now to see what happens here on the last kilometers of this leg. How close can Timo Silt come, and what will be the situation when Eskil Skinneberg and Daniel Hubman start their fight? Hubman, who was fourth in overall results in World Cup, first World Cup competition.
This is from earlier.
This is earlier, before
long leg.
these 8.4 kilometers. And after that, the cap was 2:22, and it looks quite strong, sealed here on the way to the next intermediate control.
And focused, looking at the map and concentrating on the task.
And here we see the situation. Kove heading towards that control with Göteborg just left here 1 minute ago, and that is that control here at 9 kilometers of the 6th leg. Total length is 11 kilometers, and from which way is Sild coming here? And it's all quiet. No Timo Sild yet.
Now you want to start this whispering again?
Yes.
Okay.
We do it. We have some other runners here from earlier legs. Punching.
Very interesting punching style. Should we start giving extra points for that?
Like in gymnastic competition. 6.6, 6.6.
Yeah, I'd say that was 4.
Okay.
He made extra turn.
Extra turn. Not smooth, but
And
then
in
comes...
gymnastics, that's
now,
good.
now comes Sild and smoothly. 9.9.
Oh, definitely.
2:22, exactly the same cap as it was 600 meters earlier. So now interesting to see what will be here. Now Bachmann taking this route choice here, and what does Sild do?
That's quite interesting indeed.
He's-
What would you do? Because I would go straight.
I was wondering straight ahead also.
I would
although
even
this-
say that straight is faster because it's a good run ability and it's not easier to take the control from up there.
No.
So that's going to be exciting to follow if they take different routes here. It's just that when you go straight, you have to pass this small greenish area
Yeah.
that will slow you down a little bit, but still.
But then, although on a path you can push a little bit easier and don't have to look so much on
You're right.
in your feet, and that way it can be also quite equal. But interesting to see what happens. And behind now these two men, it also happens all the time at 6.6 kilometers. Behind Helsingin Sundstedt Nydalens, there has been Hidenkirte at 14.45 behind, then Vehkalan Veikot 16.28, and MS Parma on the 13th place 17.37 behind, leading Göteborg. And of course, after that, we are waiting for Ikalinen and Paimio. Ikalinen was 16.5 minutes behind.
And they've been losing.
They've been losing all the time.
On the lead as well.
Yeah. So it looks that the top teams are now just so good that they have the self-confidence, so that they are just doing
And Kove is going straight.
yeah, Kove is going straight. Now it's
As
interesting.
we
planned.
as I ordered. So I'm really excited about this because this may
Makes
decide
it-
another
yeah.
20 seconds.
Yeah. And then these are demanding controls. Course setter Simo Martoma said here yesterday evening already that although it looks to be so that it's there in the slope, but it's still demanding, very demanding controls in the end of this 6th leg. And now here to 8.4 kilometers, we are waiting for Tampereen Pyrintö to come. Should be there in any seconds. And there
there he
comes
is.
Florian Hovald. And it looks good. 8:41 when it was 8:01. So he has lost 40 seconds here on these little bit under 2 kilometers course. And here now interesting to see what will be the cap.
15 seconds, 20 seconds less.
I'm not saying anything. You can be our crystal ball. But now, what does Bachmann? He's missing there a little bit. He's on the right side of the control.
This is a tough one. Just downhill in the green, it's hard to find where he is. If now he turns.
Now he turns.
He got it.
Or did he? And then we got TV coverage there from the control beside the graveyard, and then only two quite easy controls to pick, or one before the last one. So now we're living quite interesting moments of this relay. Bachmann making a small mistake there, and if now Silt comes and takes those two very smoothly, the difference can be less than 2 minutes at the change, last change between Eskil Skinneberg and Daniel Hubman.
That's going to be exciting.
Göteborg was leading with almost 8 minutes by the best during this race, and we were then thinking that it's all over this relay and Göteborg is just gliding away for the victory, but now it's all open again. Simo Martova was right.
What did Simo say exactly? That he planned the trap for Göteborg in the end?
What was the trap? Thinking
They've
that
been running well.
Yeah.
I mean, Fredrik Bachmann is doing a really good run. So it's not that they are running badly.
No. And here is Bachmann coming. Punching there already on 10.12 kilometers. And at 8.4 kilometers we have there after Tampereen-Pyrintö Frohl, 10.5 minutes Södertälje, 10 seconds later, then Halde, 10 seconds from Södertälje, and Erla 10 seconds behind. So they are, we could say, together, Frohl, Södertälje, Halden and Erla on the places 4 to 7. And to cap, to Tampereen-Pyrintö is a little bit 1 minute 40 seconds.
And soon we will be seeing him here.
Soon the last change after the 6th leg, and then we have the last leg runners fighting for victory in this 69th Jukola here at Joensuu. And Eno Eskil Skinneberg is waiting here at the competition center.
Now we'll see what the gap is. We
haven't seen the GPS. How did Silt took?
No, we don't know that.
We don't know. Now it's
and
like
he was
all
a
times.
little bit on the left side where I would have expected him to be. So he could have made a small mistake.
Now it's like all times. Just waiting. Who will be there? We know it's Timo Silt, but what is the cap?
Should the witch take her crystal globe and look into it again?
I'm saying it's under 2 minutes, and here he is. He took those. It's only 1:39. This game is open.
This game is absolutely open. He took the advantage. Bachmann made a mistake in the green, and Silt took that control beautifully.
That's true.
It was too bad we couldn't follow it on the GPS, but now we have the guys here, Snoop.
And here comes Fredrik Bachmann already at the competition center. It's quite long, this last.
It was a killer.
I know it doesn't suit you.
Yeah, but the run in from the last control, it was really a killer. Hard surface, long way to go. And after the run, and I made a mistake in the end, so I pushed really hard there just before the last control, and then.
Then you was all tired.
And I was.
But Bachmann has strength
He
here.
has all the strength left.
Yes, it looks very good for Fredrik Bachmann here pushing.
And now he's over the hill, just below our eyes, and reaching the finish. And we'll see how Silt does these last meters. He can still pick a couple of seconds.
That's true.
Or maybe Bachmann pushes hard enough to gain
That's true.
some
And
time.
here is
Eskil Skinneberg.
Eskil Skinneberg ready for the fight.
And behind him we see Daniel Hubman, so here are the guys. These are the ones who will decide the winner.
That's true, because the gap to Tampere and Pyrinto is over 8 minutes, so we know that it's between, it's between Göteborg and KV.
And here he almost smiles. Yes, he loves this. And then he's off.
Very happy.
And he knows that this kind of running suits him really well as well.
Yes, and they run another way
there
around.
We have seen.
They run another way around at Tiomila. There was so that on the ninth leg was running Sinneberg and then Backman the last leg, and the situation was same then. They was both in the lead and executed that so that they were also in the lead in the end. And now here
we
comes,
already had Sill on the bridge, so I'd say 1.5 minutes, 1:40.
It's approximately that.
And there we have Daniel Hubman.
Daniel Hubman waiting for...
Several times world champion.
And the gap was 1:38 at last control. So Sild is pushing as hard as he can. And now here in front of our eyes, under our window, coming here, and the clock is ticking, and it's 1:40 here.
Backman had some seconds faster.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Yeah. But now it's between these two tough runners, Eskil Skinnerberg and Daniel Hubman, the fight of this Jukola relay victory. Will it be KV second times in a row or Göteborg
but we still
taking
have to
a double?
remember KV should be then picking on, time on them.
That's true.
Göteborg, it's still almost 2 minutes. It's not that they are starting together. So, but that's going to be really exciting. It's anyway almost 14 kilometers of fighting.
Yes, and soon we are going to have also at the last control coming Tampere and Pyrinto. And then there are Halden, Södertälje and Vaajakoski together. Where is Frohl?
Frohl is there. Frohl is there, I think. Isn't it?
No, not in the fifth at 9 kilometers, 8.4 kilometers. I have Frohl here.
Yeah, I can see that.
There, but then when we go forward to 9 kilometers, now
Frohl
has dropped out.
There is
3
a real
minutes
mistake.
behind. Yes,
real,
now had the
really
start made the mistake here to that intermediate control before there. So.
Oh, he was searching on the hillside.
Yeah.
I can see that.
There saw we this mistake here before. And now next to come there would be Erla.
Tampere and Pyrinto are making an interesting route choice to the control that Fredrik Backman was missing. He's taking kind of a safer way.
Safe way, yeah.
That's relay running. That's a red machine.
Red machine taking...
No chances.
No. Checking it out that if he's seeing somebody coming from the control, he can use that.
And then he even knows he doesn't have to go so long time in the green. Because that's always, you can easier lose the direction a little bit.
So now there is a big gap between these top 2 teams, and then there is a fight about the 3rd place, and if we start to speculate a little bit about that, Pyrinto, Johan Runesson, Swede, there, Frohl dropped down a little bit.
Frohl is not in the fight for the 3rd place anymore.
Because there is the gap from Pyrinto is over 5 minutes, and so we have then Halden, Magne Deli.
But I think
winner of the World Cup
Florian Hovald, Florian has made a run to secure the 3rd place a little bit. It's he has a gap.
There is a gap about 2 minutes to the chasing group, so it looks good for Pyrinto.
Good place for Runesson.
Yeah, good place for Runesson going and making his own race. He knows that the 2 teams, Göteborg and KV, they are too far away ahead.
Yeah, and the others are a little bit behind.
Yeah, so he needs to be certain and secure on his own orienteering.
On the other hand, we have Magne Daly chasing, and he's in good shape. The world champs approaching.
Yeah, and as I said, Daly won the first World Cup tour here in Finland. And
Yeah, and he's a kind of a long distance runner,
Yeah.
so that suits him well here.
and then Jonas Leandersson for Södertälje orientering, also there in this fight. So interesting. And here we have Tampereen Pyrintö on the second last control. Florian Howard punching there and heading towards the last control. Cap, it was 8:45 there, and then we are seeing there both SNU and Halden heading there. And also Vaikosken Terä approaching there. Ilari Sulkula running the last leg for Terä. And then Helsingin suunnistajat is there in this next group together with
that's a big group.
Erla and Nydalen. So there are Tuomas Heikkilä, Rudolf Cernis and Anders Wister together. And there are Olli Ojanaho, Karl Warheim and Howard Haga going out for the last leg. And interesting to see young Olli Ojanaho.
The junior Ojanaho, I think he loves the situation.
Yes. That's good. Interesting.
And remember that he in the chasing start at the World Cup in Finland, he was the best Finn.
He was the best Finn,
long
yes.
distance.
Long distance, the best Finn.
So still being a junior and running long distance that well, that's very strong. But we know Olli Ojanaho is strong.
Yes. And now here we're waiting for next Halden and Södertälje, Sedivi and Börje Skog to this control at 9 kilometers, and after that it's just run and run. And here before we are waiting soon, should we have here, yes, Tampereen Pyrintö, so we are not taking yet Fredrik Backman's interview. Wait for
There we have Sedivi.
Sedivi is coming. We wait for Tampereen Pyrintö come to the change over here and seeing Runesson going out, and Sedivi was there, and there comes Börje Skog chasing there, little bit behind.
If we were Czech commentators now, we would call him Honza Sedivi, because I think they call almost all whose name is Jan, they call this Honza.
Okay.
I once asked, because
we have to ask Prohachka.
We should be asking this Honza Prohachka.
Honza Prohachka. Yes, and here is now Tampereen Pyrintö and Florian Howald, and the cap is 8 minutes 49 seconds when Johan Runesson is going out to the last leg, which is a little bit under 14 kilometers.
I don't remember, have we seen a Swede being in a decisive position for a Finnish team ever?
No, I don't remember that.
This is historical.
This is, yes.
This is really historical.
Yeah.
A Swede for a Finnish team, that's anyway unusual.
Not so many times. And now we have one Swede here in Tampere, Pyrintö's team, and then one Norwegian for Paimio Rasti. But now when we have here Pyrintö at the finish, and there is a small gap before Frul and Halden Akosa. Okay, we wait for
Honza,
small.
Honza Sedivi.
Honda 70 already at the last control, so we take also these two teams at the change first before we have Fredrik Backman's interview ready. And here they come. It's been now a little bit over 10 minutes since Backman went out. Sild 140 behind, Florian Håvard 849. And here they are coming, Jan Sedivik and Erik Börjeskog together. And then 1 minute before Aki Saari from Vajakosken Terä is coming. And then again 1 minute Yngve Skogstad for Frohl. And then only a couple of seconds they are together. Helsingin Thomas Heikkilä and Anders Wister Nydalens has catch up Frohl now, so they are together going out. Ulf Forse-Dingard, Olli Ojanaho and Howard Haga start to chase up with together. Ilari Sulko ahead and then duo Leandersson Deli, but I believe it's going to be a tough task for Ingard, Ojanaho and Haga chase for Deli and Leandersson.
And then we can see Magne Deli.
Magne Deli is ready. He was the strongest at the Lohja first World Cup tour there at the finish. And the Swedes made mistake in the end.
Yeah, and that terrain suits Norwegians here.
Yeah.
The hillside, control side, that's a normal day in the office for them.
That's true. And here goes Mange Deli out in the forest, and there also Södertälje and Erik Börjeskog. And now we have
Jonas Leandersson.
Jonas Leandersson, of course. Börjeskog came in. So top 5 is at change, and then we wait for Terä, Frohl, Helsingin Suurta Nydalens and Erla to be changing next. But now, what did Fredrik Backman thought about his 6th leg?
Fredrik Backman, situationen blir lite tätare. Vad hände i skogen? Var det bara lite slitet eller blev det något misstag?
Ja, lite både och. Jag har gjort 2 misstag och sen har jag fått slita ont hela vägen. Så att, jag försökte verkligen hålla i och ge järnet hela vägen, men tyvärr lyckades jag inte riktigt.
Är formen lite på väg neråt eller vad är det du tidigare i vår har du varit väldigt bra form?
Ja, jag tycker jag håller i formen bra, men man är inte riktigt van att springa på de här tiderna på dygnet, så att ibland så går det, ibland går det inte, tyvärr.
Vad fick er att välja den här ordningen mellan dig och Eskil?
Ja, Eskil har varit väldigt stark nu det sista och har visat väldigt bra form och var väldigt sugen på att ta sista, så då föll kortet på honom den här gången.
Vad tror du, vad kommer att hända på sista?
Ja, jag hoppas han kan gå och hålla undan. Jag tror han kan göra det. Han är i väldigt bra form, så att, men det kommer bli spännande.
Tack.
Tack.
There we had Fredrik Backman from IFK Göteborg, and he counted on Eskil Skinneberg. And the reason why they have turned this around than in Tiomila, that Eskil is in a good shape, and that they have just decided that Eskil is running the last leg, and Fredrik is counting that he is doing the best, so that the victory of this 69th Jukola will go to Göteborg, and they will take the double. And now we have here at the change Halden on the 4th place, 11 minutes 20 seconds behind, and then comes Södertälje only 5 seconds behind. Then the cap is to Vaajakoski, 1:20, and then Frohl, Helsingin suunnistajat and Nydalen just turning here. Nydalens on 9th place, 14:60 behind, 16 behind. And now Timo Sild, KV, and his thoughts after the race.
Timo Sild, hieno juoksu sinulta. KV tekee tästä sittenkin kilpailun ja juuri saamamme tiedon mukaan KV johtaa tällä hetkellä. Mitkä fiilikset?
Hyvät.
Fiilikset omasta juoksusta?
Todella hyvät. Että tää viikko on ollut kyllä tosi hyvä mulle. Et sotilaiden MM-kisoissa tunsin itseäni aika vahvaksi ja onneksi se kunto nyt ei loppunut torstaina, että se kesti tähän asti.
Hienoa, kiitos.
Kiitos.
And here in the beginning of the interview, Mika Hernalahti said that we have got the information that Kove is leading this relay. What are your feelings? And Timo answered that good. And he felt really strong. He has been running the World Championships for military orienteering this week, and now I'm looking at this GPS here behind my back, and that's true. Kove is 30 seconds ahead of IFK Göteborg, and it takes a small while before we are showing that for you, because there are so many top teams still to come to here to Arena, and we are not showing here it on the big screens here, and we have the same coverage. So interesting situation here. And now here IFK Göteborg and Eskil Skinneberg in the beginning, and he has the B-forking here. And what happens there after that? He takes the B-forking very well, and Hubman there to the A. And then what happens on the second control? Skinneberg passing it there, come to the ditch.
Now he
Standing still,
realized,
not
no.
yet going in the green. He thought he was there in the first ditches, and then Hubman comes there punching, and Skinneberg doesn't see Hubman maybe there.
But he knows that the mistake was more than...
He knows that
He knows that it must be in almost 2 minutes a mistake.
And now when they come a little bit open area, Skinneberg can see Hubman's back here.
Yeah, he will see, because I've been there, and the visibility is really good.
Yeah.
So now he knows.
So now, and he continues, what a mistake here also. So he didn't see Hubman yet there, because
He took
now
the
he
path,
saw
yeah.
it. And here we see the cap is a little bit under 1 minute, and now a little bit different route choice here towards the fourth control. And as I said, cap was a little bit under half a minute, as you can see when they are heading towards the controls here, their
They might
area
see each
called
other.
the Egypt.
Yeah.
And Tampereen Pyrintö on a third place coming there. Now this is live
Safely
coverage.
and nicely.
Safely and nicely, Runesson on a third place.
But he
So-
really, as we said, Runesson has an important job, but he has kind of a calm situation. He has a little bit gap backwards, and he knows he can't win this, so he doesn't have to chase.
That's true.
He just has to save.
Paimio Rasti already on a 11th place, so Transand has run this last part very well, but the cap is 18 minutes, so that means it's a little bit over 3 minutes to the Arla, who is on third place. But if we check that, Lundanes starting to chase, and ahead of him are Ojanaho, Haga and Varheim, so they has to be very careful. And then comes also Valentin Novikov starting for Hiden Kiertäjät, half a minute, 24 seconds behind Paimio Rasti goes here. Hiden Kiertäjät and Valentin Novikov starting his last leg
And
race.
we know Lundanes is in world champs shape. We know Valentin Novikov did well in the military world champs this week.
Yep.
They're hungry boys. And so are you. Eating gel already? You should be saving those energy gels to your run.
I'm doing so that my energy level is full when I'm starting.
Should we hang on a drip as well?
I'm taking my telephone with me, and I'm having tweets from the controls. Maybe not.
You should have GPS tracking so they'll find you
Don't
afterwards.
talk about that. They are just soon putting me on the GPS.
Yeah, the biathletes were a little bit stressed yesterday of having GPS, but it well.
But they
went
want
well.
they want very good both Mari Laukkanen and Kaisa Mäkänen.
Oh, yes,
Excellent,
exactly,
excellent. And hopefully in the future we are seeing more and more these other sports athletes here.
Yeah, but Kaisa's been doing kind of us orienteering
on-
regularly.
yes. And here we see now KV and Göteborg together.
Almost
now,
together.
Almost together. Now Göteborg and Skinneberg ahead. So it's going to be a tough fight between
Yeah, Skinneberg took a little bit better route downhill.
Yeah.
There was a long downhill, and now he's ahead again.
man against man.
I think this is
IFK
so,
Göteborg, Eskil Skinneberg against KV and Daniel Hubman.
this is so exciting and at the same time so rude, because they the guys have been running all night, or the teams have been running all night, and then it's about one man to decide everything.
That's true. But then that is a little bit like a spirit of
Sports,
sport and spirit of Jukola also.
of course.
And here we are on our next intermediate control of 7th leg. It's the first, and soon these top teams are here. We are waiting them there in any moments, and behind the Tampereen Pyrintö is safely on a 3rd place, and then Halden and Södertälje together, followed by then Vaajakoski and Kruula together there, and then Nydalen and Ärla a little bit behind that group. And also Olli Ojanaho, he's making the same mistake that Eskil Skinneberg did.
And he's practically standing still, so he's having some tough time.
And here, when they came back here, now Skinneberg 20 seconds ahead.
Of course.
Is it just
Is it
now
the speed?
running speed? Yeah,
And they are going to head to a really tricky control in that exciting area.
Skinneberg made the mistake, and now he wants to show Hubman that I'm
the man.
I'm the man of the Jukola 2017, and showing that I have the strength to run away from you.
Yeah, now they are going downhill to a control that might be a little bit tricky, and knowing the route planners, it's probably a tricky one, although it doesn't look very difficult in the map. But the speed is high downhill as well, so and these guys are chasing each other, so it's going to be interesting again.
And then to see the route choice from 7th to 8th control again, how much they have the courage to, but
choosing between the bad and the ugly. Yeah, but it's like choosing between extra climb or green.
yes, that's a little bit like that. Mostly they have been running up there to the paths, and then by the...
I actually had a little bit of a similar one, and then and in the middle that the runnability is really good on the right side of the leg.
Here at the change, we have situation so behind now. Ärla, as I said, was on a 10th place, Paimio 11th, then Hiiden kiertäjät, then Ikalisten nouseva voima 1.5 minutes behind Hiiden kiertäjät. There is Eetu Savolainen, young runner, running for Ikalinen, MS Parma Artem Popov, and on the 14th place, Vehkalainen Veikot, Mark Lauenstein. That's interesting to follow.
Yeah,
then
it
comes
was really interesting to see him running more orienteering again.
Yes, he's been concentrating on trail running. And then Linné, Denzel, Ravinen. Linné there together with Vehkalahti, and then Denzel, Ravinen, Kalered and Bergman starting together here.
I think Bergman is interesting as well.
Yes.
Like all these big individual names are interesting when the world champs is so close. Everyone should be in a top shape.
Interesting here is so that Ravinen and Ruslan Glebov has been second fastest on a 6th leg behind Timo Silde. Silde is only one who has run under 1 hour, and then comes Glebov.
But Glebov
running.
has run really good runs this whole summer and spring, so he's in good shape. We can maybe expect something at the World Champs from him.
Yeah. And then Turun metsäkävijät Jussi Suna here on a 19th place, and just running under my window is E.L. Tyrving and Björn Ekeberg.
And
they are
Matthias Kiburz
Matthias Kiburz
on
there.
the last
So
line.
look, there is Jannik Michels for Turun metsäkävijät, and then Matthias Kiburz for E.L. Tyrving. And they are now
Chasing Gustav
Bergman there on 18th, 19th and 20th place. And then 21st one is Rajamäen Rykmentti, Viliniemi coming in, and Tuomas Tervo going out to the last leg. So there are tough guys. If we take the runners here on the forest, Eskil Skinneberg, Daniel Hubman, Johan Runser, Magne Deli, Jonas Leandersson, Ilari Sulkula, Ulfors Ingard, Olli Ojanaho, Håvard Haaga, Karl Warheim, Olav Lundanes, Valentin Novikov, Eetu Savolainen, Artem Popov, Mark Lauenstein, Albin Riedefeld, Elmir Kalered, Gustav Bergman, Jannik Michels and Matthias Kiburz. There are many tough
Good
names.
race. It's going to be a good race.
And some young guys there together with them.
Young guys together with the big names, and I'm like Olav Lundanes. It's again good terrain for the Norwegians. Exciting hillside controls, a lot of strength needed. It's going to be interesting to see how they do.
And here also interesting to follow now. Tampere Pyrintö currently they're doing well on the third place, and Halden and Södertälje making their own route choice, and Frohl there really forced Ulf Ingard on his own route choice.
The other brother, Forsett, you did a really good run on the long night leg.
Yeah, and then Terä, Nydalen, Erla taking the same route choice than Halden and Södertälje, and Olli Ojana, who made the mistake there on the second control, now a little bit behind that group. And now we are waiting here next Tampere Pyrintö and Johan Runesson. But it takes a small while before he is here. Soon should be climbing this uphill to this control at 3.7 kilometers. And there he comes, and the gap is 6 minutes, and there is this mistake that Bachmann did. It's quite the same than starting with Hubman. Runesson has been... He has been
Skinneberg's mistake.
Yeah, he has Skinneberg's mistake. And then Runesson has been 1 minute 23 seconds faster than Hubman. So
that's
exciting. He has executed well these first controls and no mistakes. And then interesting also to follow now. Hubman pushing there in the green. Skinneberg is trying to find their...
I know that there are, because even women have been running there are a lot of tracks there. So where Skinneberg is running, there is practically a path.
Yeah.
There was already during my second leg in women's race, so he got the hard surface under his feet. So.
And it's quite dry, and that has made that it has been very fast relay when we look now. So it's been a half an hour since they started soon.
It's interesting, this Frohl route choice, because it's very different from anyone else's, and I didn't see why it would be good, but he's doing quite well there.
Yeah, and he is now leading by half a minute ahead of Hubman.
No, but I'm looking at the third to fourth leg, the ones who are following behind. That he's the only one who's been going that way.
Yeah.
It seems that it's probably worth it, because he was starting behind Helsingin suunnistaja Terä and Erla. Helsingin suunnistaja made a mistake.
Yeah.
Ojanaho made a mistake. Ojanaho's mistake, of course.
Yeah. There. at the second control. So we have now at the moment 23 teams changed. UK3 Raymond Rykmäntti was here, and then UK3 on 22nd place. Tobias Henriksson came in, and Petteri Muukkonen going out, and then Angelmi Nankkuri, Tuomo Mäkelä chasing for Markku Elo. And now next we are waiting for Halden and Södertälje, Jonas Leandersson and Magne Deli. And when they started, the cap was over 11 minutes, and now they are already coming here, so they have also big catch up minutes to the leading teams, but they're coming, and it's a little bit over 9 minutes, and that means that they are 3 minutes behind Tampereen Pyrintö at the moment.
Actually, 3 minutes is not impossible either.
No,
When we look at the mistakes that have been made.
that's true. So Göteborg, KV, they were almost together, and here
Göteborg has been gaining.
Shinneberg is just pushing better now,
Yeah.
executing better, having good effort there. And now soon they're heading towards the ninth control, and then we have some forkings left. Interesting to see. There are forkings which are only for the 6th and 7th leg, but there will be also forkings so that they are for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th leg. So
Yeah.
still,
The ninth control is the same one that actually Södertälje Nykvarn was missing in the previous leg.
Yeah.
The stone and some others as well. So it's even if it looks quite easy, there will be tracks now, but it's still it's a tricky one.
And we are going to have the TV coverage probably from the ninth, if everything is working very well, from the ninth control, which is at 6.2 kilometers.
And now if we look at the finish, we can see that the first non-Scandinavian team has been changing over. All Norska. All Norska from Switzerland is on the 27th position, and I really like it when the Swiss start. There are a lot of good Swiss runners, and they come with their own teams. I know Baselland was also quite high up, and Ichtisa from Lithuania is pretty high up.
There were many
So,
legs, and
it's nice that the good runners from other countries, they come in their own teams and not just in Scandinavian teams.
that's true. Ichtisa Lithuanian team was quite high up first 5 legs, but now on the 6th one they have dropped down a little bit behind to the little bit over 30 so far. Norska half an hour behind.
Norska is doing well.
Yeah,
And they have
now
a junior world champion.
Joey Hadorn on the last leg. And there are also Janis Krumins starting for Turun Metsäkäyvät second, then IFK leading SUK, Öystein Kval Österbø there next, and Vladislav Malyshev from Espoon suunta. We have top 30 here at the change, and 31.56 is the gap from Espoon suunta to leading to IFK Göteborg, of course, in the lead here at the last change.
As we were looking at the Turun Metsäkäyvät internal fight, it seems that the first team is now leading quite a lot to the second team. So
yes. Now
it's decided.
On this 6th leg it was decided that the first team took his place, and here is now Frohl on the 6th place, 12.24 behind is Frohl, and they've been running very well, and Frohl has kept
So Frohl is from Trøndelag, and they're used to having this hillside controls. Of course, all Norwegians are, but for them an empty hillside is normal.
Ärla. And they have now Ärla and Frohl has been passed Vaikosken Terä. Aero has passed also Helsingin Suunnisteet at Nydalens. And we saw that Olli Johanna may make a mistake there on the same control that also Fredrik Backman made second one there in the beginning.
Skinneberg. Eskil Skinneberg.
Eskil Skinneberg. I'm reading already the wrong lines here. But
I can see your eyes are actually going different directions, but
that's normal.
don't mind. Yeah, one on one screen and the other one on the
Yeah.
other screen.
What happens on the left and right side. But here we are already on the next intermediate control at 7th leg at 6.2 kilometers. And there we are waiting for IFK Göteborg, Eskil Skinneberg, soon to be there. And then
There he is.
there he is, and at the same time comes also Aerla and Vaikosken Terä.
Now we're counting seconds.
Yes, I believe it's going to be a little bit over 30 seconds. Aerla was there at the first intermediate 3.7 kilometers, 12:57, and then Vaajakoski 50 seconds, 45 seconds behind Aerla on 8th place. But now, Göteborg, been there, and now KV and Hubman. Clock is ticking, and now already 30 seconds.
37?
And not yet here.
Nothing.
What? And
No,
there.
no, no.
There
Now
he comes.
we see him.
There he comes, yes.
50 seconds. That's...
50 seconds, and
Or 49, but
yeah, 50 seconds.
he's been losing more.
All the time, a little bit more.
It looks like Skinneberg wants to take this home. Not that Daniel
He's-
Hubman wouldn't want to,
Yeah. And then there are some forkings here.
but I think
after that,
Kobe
but
and
they
Göteborg, they are
have
having the same.
Same, yes.
And
So no difference.
that's actually making this kind of a fair game.
Yeah. And interesting to see also behind these two teams here, KV and Göteborg, Tampereen Pyrintö and Johan Runesson making quite safe route choices here. He have taken around
Yeah.
the road here, and then
But
Söderteli, Jonas Leandersson is there also. But where is Magnet, Deli and Halden? I don't find his GPS dots here on my screen. No, we don't care about that. We see the situation then later what this is when they come to the next intermediate control. And here's the situation at 3.7 kilometers where the gap was 20 seconds. Now it's 49 between Göteborg and KV. Pyrintö was 6 minutes behind, then came Halden and Söderteli together, and then Fruul was alone, followed by Aerla, Vaikosken Terä, Helsingin Suunnisteet, Nydalens, and Paimio Rasti Lundanes already only 10 seconds behind Howard Haga when it was here at the start. A little bit over 3 minutes. So Lundanes has started very strongly. And now they are here at the green area. And now we jump here on the pace of Eskil Skinneberg from IFK Göteborg leading this group. Oh, there is a little
looks like in Estonia at the World Champs.
is it going to be like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm waiting to go through those areas today.
You're gonna have a
Fun.
huge track and lots of fun.
Yeah.
There he goes, leading this relay.
Yes. And he knows that I believe he knows that he's in the lead.
I think he knows, but
Yeah.
he doesn't know that they have the same footprint.
No.
And there is always this
I,
uncertainty of the other one having a shorter one, so you can't be sure.
yeah, but I believe that he is just doing his own work, trying to do it as smoothly and fast as possible,
sure.
concentrating on that. He has been doing it so many times, and now he knows that I just push and push, so that Daniel Hubman is not riding on my back.
I'm watching the following teams and seeing, for example, Södertälje and Haldenau together. And Froome is again making a different route choice on a long leg than anyone else.
Yeah,
Which is interesting to see.
that's interesting
Because
to see.
that's a safe one, again.
That's a
That's a
safe
Tampere
one.
Pyrintä one.
Yes. And as I said, Paimio Rasti on 11th place. Now Hidden Kirtant on 12th place at 3.7 kilometers. Valentin Novikov has been there, and he is 140 behind
Lundanes.
Lundanes, yes.
then
And
we
now
have
comes
Ikalinen.
Arten Popov, MS Parma, together with Ikalinen and Eetu Savolainen, also Vehkalainen Veikot and Mark Lauenstein. And they are together. And in that same group comes also Albin Riedefeld from Ukoline. And they've been running quite same pace. Eetu Savolainen has been fastest out of... Albin Riedefeld have been the fastest one.
I'd expect Eetu Savolainen to run well here because he was really strong through the spring, suffering some injury, but still he's a strong runner on a long
Here a
leg.
mistake from Erla and Kar Varheim.
And also Helsingin Sunstedt is
And
searching a little
this
bit.
is after the
Helsingin Olli Ojana is making a major mistake now.
sorry, it was before after our TV control, yes.
Yeah, but this
After,
is a replay. This is
yeah,
before the
yeah,
long leg,
Yeah.
and there was
So Erla is dropping down there now on.
Erla lost quite a bit, and
Yes.
so did Helsingin Sunstedt.
Yeah. And now we are back here on 6.2 kilometers. Göteborg and Kove has been there, and it's been over 6 minutes. It was 6 minutes 5 seconds the gap from Göteborg to Tampere Pyrintä at 3.7 kilometers, and not yet Runesson there. And soon it's 7 minutes since.
Runesson should be there now.
No, yes, he should.
But this is the
He's there running
and after that
or not.
He's making a
He's the
mistake.
mistake that we have seen earlier also on this control.
this is the one where you push to the green, and he's making a similar mistake as did who was down there.
I don't remember anymore. But we have seen the same mistake, and here is Runesson now 7:25 behind, and he made a little bit over 30 seconds mistake there on that control. And here, after these forkings, then they are continuing, and now IFK Göteborg having the B, and then Kove and Hubman A forking here when they are heading to this next
And
area.
the difference is over 1 minute.
That is over 1 minute now. So
And they will not see each other either.
No.
There is this road could have been perfect for seeing where the other one is going, but I think Göteborg will be just out of the road, yes, before Kove is on the road. Because the visibility is surely 1 minute on the road, but it's, he made it out.
Yep. So now it looks so that Shinneberg is getting away from Daniel Hubman, and at the same time Sun is coming there from
Just as ordered.
Just as ordered, yeah.
For the morning.
For the morning.
But there's
Morning
still some...
has broken.
Don't, don't, please. And no, but we still have some forkings in the green. So it's not decided yet.
Yeah. And then we follow then
The Halden Södertälje
Hallin Södertälje
is chasing hard.
Yeah, they are chasing, but the gap to Tampereen Pyrintö, it's approximately 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, the mistake was not so big.
No.
It was a little bit like around maybe 1 minute.
Yeah, when the gap was 3 minutes between Tampereen Pyrintö, Halden and Södertälje at 3.7 kilometers, and soon we are having Halden and Södertälje. That means Magne Deli and Jonas Leandersson here at the gap will be approximately 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. So it's been now.
And then we'll have, of them, it's Frohl, all alone, making different route choices all the way around. But the Frohl is too far behind Södertälje and Halden can't catch them. But Erla.
Yes, and here comes now Magne Deli, and it's 2.5 minutes to Tampereen Pyrintö, a little bit over 2:36.
And then we have
And
Södertälje.
then also Södertälje and Jonas Leandersson, they are together. They were also together in Finland in the last competition, long distance mastered, in that big group of men. And Magne Deli was strongest in the end. We'll see how it's today.
And now we see that KV and IFK Göteborg have different forkings.
That's true, and here wasn't so big difference at
In time, no.
no, and earlier when Backman and Sild make these not the way around.
But we didn't tell that they were having
No,
different
no.
forkings. Now
Yeah,
we can tell it.
Now we can tell it, but there wasn't
time difference was not
no,
big.
there wasn't at all time difference.
Actually, it's quite interesting. Very good forking because there's no time difference, but the controls are really different.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a very good job from the route planners.
Yeah.
Because it makes them more intuitive, but they are not kind of gaining time on it.
And sun is really coming out from the beside the here, and we don't see soon in anything here at the studio. So shiny, but it's good.
So if we start talking even more confused, it's just because we don't see our screens anymore. And the temperature in here
yeah,
is
it's going to be a small
around
sauna.
30,
This
yeah.
our room here this morning. Beautiful morning here at Eno. Jukola relay is soon to be seen. Who will be winning this 69th Jukola relay next year? It'll be jubileum 70th Jukola at Lahti Hollola. Now,
if we look at the groups a little bit behind at the first intermediate, now we have 21 clubs passing at the first intermediate, and there was after Ikalinen and Anna Sparma, Vehkalahtin Veikot and Ukoline group. There was Ravinen, Turving, Turun Metsenkäytö's first team with Yannick Michels, Uko Denselin and Rajamäen Rykmenti. And we can see that actually Gustav Bergman and Matthias Kibuc are quite close to each other. So there is this interesting chasing behind the top lead.
yes, Kibuc has started very well. He has been together with Deli and Leandersson one of the fastest. Runesson was the fastest.
Is the fastest.
Yeah, Runesson was the one of the fastest here in the beginning. And also remarkable is that Yannick Michels, who started just ahead of Tyrving's Matthias Kibuc, is not there with Kibuc.
They may have had different
forkings, and that way Michels didn't come in the same train. And soon, I believe, Bergman and Kibuc are together on this area where is no forkings before entering this area which we have just seen.
You can call that an express train.
Yeah, express train. Kibuc is coming there, and interesting to see who he is picking with him. Next one to pick up are Bergman, then Riedefeld and Lauenstein, but there is almost 2.5 minutes no, 3 minutes from keepers to Riedefeld and Lauenstein. So also Lauenstein and Riedefeld, because they are together, Vehkalainen, Veigat and Linné, so they can catch up, of course, first Ikallisesti Nouseva Voima and then MS Parma. They were only a couple of seconds behind.
And now at the camera pictures at this 8.7 kilometers, it's been 7 minutes since the top duo was passing, or Eskil Skinneberg was passing actually.
Skinneberg, now that this is new place as the 7th leg, new intermediate control, so Skinneberg there, and now we're waiting.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And then to that earlier 6.2 kilometers, there we had
You're right.
Frohl there on the 6th place, 14 minutes behind. We saw a mistake also by Frohl, and now there is this long course, and we saw here earlier Timo Sild going quite a lot around with the path to the north. I don't remember exactly, did he go all the way around, or did he just take their shortcut with this white area to the road, and then using the road when
the yellow area.
When the yellow area went Backman
and even
Håvald,
Florian Håvald was
but now we're waiting for Daniel Hubman to come here to 8.7 kilometers.
1:10.
And it looks to be so that the gap is 1:30 at least, almost 1:40, 1:30 maybe. There comes Hubman, 1:30 behind, 1:27. So
it didn't change much, although they had different forkings.
It was little forking. It was 49 seconds before they entered the forkings, and now it comes all the time a little bit more and more. They are not making mistakes, so that means that Skinneberg is here with the better legs on the road. And
yeah, but now we have the long leg, and there is a possibility to get stuck in the green. So there is a possibility for Daniel Hubman to take it faster than Skinneberg, possibly. So we'll see what happens on the long leg.
And it looks so that now that Skinneberg is trying to find a small path there beside the line, and then going up to the open areas, old field, and from that way forward. And this is 6.2 kilometers. Frohl has been there on the 6th place, and now we're waiting next there.
There we have it.
There is Olli Ojanaho, Helsingin suunnistajat, and now Olli has found the new gear. He made a mistake in the beginning, and then comes Erla. Yeah, and then comes Erla, Kar Warheim.
Oh, these are both guys who made a mistake in the hillside as well. Yeah.
And then comes Lundanes already there, and Hidenkircheet, Novikov. Novikov has now gained up, Ilari Sulkula. Now I have to say that Ilari Sulkula and Olli Ojanaho are in a quite good train. Also, so when we look at that, they are there together. And now
but then we have the forkings.
Yeah, Frohl there only 3 minutes ahead of these 5 teams. So it's still possible to these catch up Frohl if...
especially if they have the same forkings, they are kind of having this mass effect of being able to go really fast.
So here we have the situation at 6.2 kilometers. And interesting situation is here from Frohl forward. Helsingin suunnistajat Erla, Pamiorasti, Hidenkircheet, and also Vaajakosken Terä were together there. And now they are at the forkings.
And now we can look at the long leg, and we can see that Göteborg is going straight through the green on a very small path, and Kove is taking a different route choice. But it doesn't seem that he's catching anything on it yet, at least.
And it's quite interesting also that area that Kove is now heading, it's the area where we had the forkings here earlier. So there has been now at the same time Vaikosken terähiidenkiertäjät Äärla passing the same area with Hubman. So, but they are of course fighting their own game.
They're fighting their own game.
And when I'm watching here the GPS behind Hubman and Shinneberg, only Paimio Rasti had different
forking.
Yeah. Vaikosken
So
Terä
Olav
making,
Lundanes has to take his own route.
yeah, Vaikosken Terä making a mistake, and that means that Sulkula is dropping out from that group. Sulkula had the same forking with Paimio Rasti, but he went with
To the other guys.
Äärla and Hiidenkiertäjät to the NATO forking, and now Sulkula has lost over 1 minute, maybe 1:30 on that mistake, and he is then alone.
Has it happened to you? Jump on a wrong train?
Yep, a couple of times.
I heard yesterday wisdom from an elderly man who told that winning orienteering relay is all about being able to switch to the right group at the right time. but I think that was more in the old days, because if you look at these guys, they are running all alone in the lead.
That's true. And it looks that Shinneberg found that small path there, taking him to the white area and then from there to this open old field. And then Hubman also trying to find out that path, which is the path from the first legs when they had the first controls here on this area, and the forkings from the first 3 legs. So there is a paths going through this green area.
I'd say it's still 1.5 minutes, around that.
Around
the
about
difference.
that. And now, and behind, what happens behind these 2 men and then the group behind? At 3.7 kilometers, we have had now, after this group of Paimio Rasti, Nydalens, Helsingin suunnistajat and Hiidenkiertäjät, Ikallisten Nouseva Voima and MS Parma, they were together, Eetu Savonen, Aattonen Pappo, and also Vehkaladvik, Mark Lauenstein and Albin Riedefeld there. They were 19 minutes behind leading Göteborg, and then from there 3 minutes comes Ravinen, Gustav Bergman and Tyrving there. And when we jump there from 3.7 kilometers to 6.2 kilometers, Linné and Riedefeld is now 20 minutes 21 seconds, and he's there together with Eetu Savolainen, Artem Povo and Mark Lauenstein. Still they are together, Linné, Ikalinen, MS Parma and Vehkalainen Veikot. And now interesting to see how close are the next chasing group, Gustav Bergman and Matthias Kieberts from those 4 teams.
And if we look a little bit further back, it's interesting to see that William Lind from Malung Sugo Skogsmårdarna is actually running the fastest time today by now. So he's chasing really hard.
Malung has been running now these day legs very well.
Yeah.
They were struggling at the night time and lost many minutes there, but now last 3 legs they have been running very well.
So he's been at the 3.7 kilometers. He's the fastest guy by now today, followed by Runesson after him. So
and now Runesson was here at the 8.7 kilometers, 7:54 behind leading Göteborg, and that means that there been 30 seconds more from 6.2 to 8.7 kilometers. And now then we wait for duon Deli Leandersson there next. And it looks to be so that Deli is 1 minute ahead of Leandersson, and soon only 1 minute behind Runesson. If I'm seeing right, the GPS soon should be also there.
So sharpen your eyes and we'll
try to
have
find
a
out from the screen here.
We tried to change the screen placing because now there he is.
There he
is. Deli coming.
Deli is there, and 9:05 behind, and 1:10, 1:11. behind Runeson. So if we were putting our money for Runeson and keeping that third place, it's all open. And here now Runeson on these forkings, taking deforking here first, one smoothly, and then comes Halden and Daly together with Leandersson, and there was the difference between the forkings where Leandersson's and then Daly's roots took apart, and now we are waiting for Leandersson, and he is now a little bit over 1 minute behind Halden.
Don't see him yet. Over there.
He comes,
yeah.
yes. Punching there, exactly 1 minute behind. Halden is now Södertälje and Jonas Leandersson. So now we have top 5 teams there, and here GPS continues. Tampereen Pyrintö, Halden. And there was the
small
mistake.
mistake
There's a small
from
mistake with
Runeson.
Runeson. Cost him times, and here top duo on the road, and it's 1 minute now, exactly 1 minute when they are heading there towards this one.
They started running differently on the long line. We know that there is no big difference in time whether you go right or straight, but that might mean some seconds for either Runeson or Daddy.
Shinneberg.
There we have the lead at
Leading
10.5.
Yes. He has now used 1 hour and 1 minute to here at 10.5 kilometers. He has been 1 minute faster than course setters had planned, but we know that he hasn't been the fastest one on this leg. So during this night, runners has been doing excellent work. They were being faster than course setters had planned. It was planned so that here they should be at 6:29, and time is now 6:16, so 13 minutes ahead we are from the schedule.
We are, which made me have a morning run. There we have it. Daniel Hubman.
51 seconds behind. So now he has gained back.
Tightening again.
Yes, he has taken 30 seconds.
Maybe he just wanted to give us the show.
And now the forkings here, and these are forkings with the 4th, 5th, 6th and now 7th leg, and they have different controls. Shinneberg has G and KVH. Stone here in a slope for Hubman. And then behind now, interesting to see the gap from Södertälje to Frol was 4 minutes, so we have to wait 2 to 3 minutes before we are seeing Ulfors at Ingord at 8.7 kilometers. And then interesting to see how close are already Helsingin suunnistajat, Äärla, Paimirasti and Hiidenkiertäjät, and of course if Ilari Sulkola is not anymore there because he made the mistakes.
He took his own.
So then those 4 teams.
And since they partied, Olav Lundanes had different than the others. I would say the Lundanes train is going alone, might be going stronger than this Äärla Hiidenkiertäjät group. Yes, Hiidenkiertäjät has left Äärla.
Yeah,
so Hiidenkiertäjät is ahead of...
HS Helsinki is, I must him right, is he together with Lundanes?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have Helsingin suunnistajat, Paimirasti together, a little bit ahead of Hiidenkiertäjät, and then Äärla has lost some time, maybe half a minute, so they are a little bit behind.
Yeah, and Frol is still 1 minute 40 seconds ahead of chasing group.
All alone.
All alone, still there, all alone. and then comes Lundanes and Ojanaho
I'm
together.
interested in seeing the next long leg because Froome has been every long leg he's been running totally differently from others. So we'll see if he finds some routes we didn't think of yet.
And
on the long
then
leg.
600 meters forward from our previous control, we are waiting for Göteborg to come there.
Göteborg has been there.
Yeah, Göteborg has been there, yes, sorry.
We are waiting for Kove.
Yeah. This comes so fast, this place.
Yeah.
It was 51 seconds, the gap at the earlier place. And there he comes, and it's the same.
50 seconds.
50 seconds, 49 seconds, exactly the same.
With some tricky controls left.
Yes. And Froome coming soon to 8.7 kilometers, and from here starts then the last part of the...
And now Halden sees Tampereen Pyrintä.
Yeah.
It's only half a minute, I would say. They've been forcing, on the long leg, they have been going through the green area and they've been catching on Tampereen Pyrintä. And Halden is on the same field, so they see each other. Halden has left Södertälje
They are
New
close
Farm.
to be together already when they are coming to the TV control on 18th at 8.7 kilometers. And Södertälje was 1 minute behind Leandersson. And now Froome there, starting this long course to the 18th control. Forset Ingard is 15:55, so 5 minutes behind Södertälje. So top 5, I believe, is here. Göteborg, KV, Tampereen Pyrintä, Halden and Södertälje. But which is the order?
Is still to be decided. Yeah, Froome is not in that game, but Froome is running well alone. But Olli Ojanha also has found the right tempo now.
Yeah, and also
and Olav Lundanes.
They are together there, and they are only half a minute behind Froome now. So they took this control 16 very smoothly. When I was saying that Froome is leading by 1.5 minutes, and now it's only 30 seconds the gap. So
but
Ingard had some problems there on the 16.
He went through the wrong forking, I think.
Yeah. And soon they are together, and then interesting to see the situation how Lundanes and Ojanaho are executing this long course from 17th to 18th control.
And if we look at the speed of the guys, we can see that Lundanes or Magne Deli is the fastest by far now. And Olav Lundanes is the next one. So I said this suits the Norwegian long distance runners. And Jonas Leandersson third fastest at that moment. But Runesson is not far away either. So they are all running fast, of course.
Hiiden kiertäjät is next one there, Valentin Novikov. And he is 1 minute 10 seconds behind duo Helsingin Suunnistajat Paimion Rasti on the 9th place at 8.7 kilometers. So Novikov has something to gain now. And then we're waiting for Erla. Erla is a little bit over 1 minute behind Hiiden kiertäjät again, and then comes the group with Terä and MS Parma. They're together.
They have been picking on up on Terä because Terä made that mistake.
Yes. And also Linné in that group. Then comes Ikalinen, Ravinen, and Nydalen there. Still to come. And Vehkalahti is somewhere there between.
Göteborg took a very smooth, very safe route choice to 21st control. Still, it looks like he's making a mistake. Now I think he got it. Very small one, but slowed down. While Kove is going straight through the greens.
And now when we're looking behind there what happens on this long course from 17 forward, Novikov making totally different route choice than Lundanes and Ojanaho. Interesting to see what happens now there also. Here is Pyrintö, 8:29 behind, and it's increased the gap half a minute, and there comes Halden. As you said, they can see, and I was almost saying that they are together at this control. Not yet, but soon they are together.
Very, very close
And
to
now
each
it takes 1 minute before we have then Jonas Leandersson from Södertälje orienteering there
and
on that control.
GPS is showing that Göteborg is still having a very strong grip on the win of this relay. 1 minute ahead of Kove.
And it looks that at the moment there is that one at the last difficult control, because after that one there is only two quite easy controls to pick up. So now it looks that the IFK Göteborg is taking it home. They taking a double.
I can see him there.
Yeah, there he comes.
Coming,
that control. He has been very strong, although he made the mistake already in the beginning. Second control.
But he gathered himself together perfectly after
perfectly. He noticed that, Hubman is here, he had catch me, but he just pushed 1 gear more, and then the gap was over 1.5 minutes by the best, and now we're waiting to see Hubman, and the gap is approximately 50 seconds to 1 minute.
there we have the leader.
There is it, and there are not
Wonder if he
difficult
knows
controls.
it. I'm not sure if he knows it, because they haven't kind of there was this forking, and he can't know where Hubman is.
Yes, that's possible, but I think he knows that he is in the lead. He's been doing excellent work since he left. He knows that Hubman was behind him.
Yeah,
Then
but it's
we can always.
there we have him.
We have to say
there
to
we have Hubman.
Mika Hernlahti and ask him if he knew.
Hubman is worried because he's looking back as well. So I don't know if these guys really know the situation.
That's true also. You have to say to Mika Hernlahti and ask these guys that did they know that they were leading this race or was on the second place. Gap was there now on this place. 58 seconds. And there goes Shinneberg going around.
And now we
this,
have
route choice, and
replay
replies,
of this.
different controls, and Daly making a mistake there.
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake, and now it's again here on the last forkings of this relay. Tampereen Pyrintö currently on a third place, and then we jump back to 11.5 kilometers, and that is the control we are waiting in these two teams, and Pyrintö is here, and Daly was only 10 seconds behind, and now he is making a mistake there on this E-forking, and also Leandersson now. Is he going to pass Halden here? Last forkings of the relay. And now
This is the live situation of the mistake. So we still, Halden hasn't, he's on his way, so he's taking it well now. Yeah, and Södertälje passed Halden here.
and there is Leandersson. Now I believe that he doesn't believe that
He
is
has no
on
clue.
no clue that he is on the second place, on the fourth place. And now interesting to see that where is Mange Daly, how close he is when we have already Eskil Shinneberg closing up towards the second last control there, and he took the different route choice to the second last control, and soon he is coming here to the last control of the competition. And we can say that IFK Göteborg is going
winning.
to take and they are going to take the double. They won the Tiomila in May,
In a
and
very,
now,
very good way.
yeah, and almost like the same way they took in taking the also Jukola this year.
So we must admit we are impressed.
We are impressed about IFK Göteborg's work.
Very strong, stable running.
Yes. And soon, at the last control, is Eskil Shinneberg.
It's going to be exciting to see if he knows, because I think still he doesn't probably know.
And now Mangedeli also at 11.1 kilometers, and he is 2 minutes behind Runeson and 1 minute behind Södertälje.
And
so
there we have Eskil Shinneberg
what a
in the run.
mistake from Shinneberg, fighting for the third place and now dropping out on the fifth place. And I believe it's going to be a tough task to take those 2 minutes back on these last 2 kilometers. And now Shinneberg is hearing the arena speakers telling that here is going to come the winner of 69th Jukola relay here at Joensuu and Eno. IFK Göteborg and Eskil Shinneberg running the last 100 meters of this relay. Göteborg, which has been leading almost all the time this relay. They were after first leg, Max Peter Beimer running that leg on 4th place, and after that almost all the time in the lead. Only Eskil Shinneberg led for a while.
Very
Daniel Huckman,
short while.
very short while, take the lead.
But a little bit scary one still.
I believe the other guys here at the competition were a little bit scary at what happens now when Eskil was making a mistake at the second control.
I think it's very strong to take the grip so well after that mistake.
And
there
here is the whole team.
Welcome in.
Max Peter Beimer, Johan Högstrand, Vetlerud Bråten, Jonas Bliblad, Fredrik Edin, Fredrik Backman and Eskil Shinneberg, winners of the 69th Jukola Relay 2017 here at Joensuu. And here they are at the finish, and the winning time is 7 hours, 31 minutes and 45 seconds.
So we say grattis.
Grattis, vi gratulerar IFK Göteborgs gäng, alla göteborgarna där hemma i
Bra
Sverige.
gjort grabbar.
Bra jobbat, väldigt bra jobbat.
In the meanwhile, there are things happening behind the leading group. Kove is still in the second place, but we and Tampere on the third place. But then Froome has been making mistakes, so they have been passed by Paimio and Herkling.
And IFK Göteborg was 15 minutes faster than scheduled. So what a fast and good race. And here comes last year's winners today. Second place for Kove from Tampere. In the team was Topi Anjala, Alexander Kratov, Jani Lakanen, Lauri Sild, Kenny Kivikas, Timo Sild and Daniel Huckman, finishing on a second place after good fight here at Joensuu, and the difference is only 1 minute, but that doesn't matter at this moment if it's 30 seconds
It's
or 1
not for them,
yeah.
but very good work on now.
Congratulations, onnittelut myös Tampereen suuntaan. And then the fight for the third place, Pyrintö against Södertälje and Halden. And now it's interesting to see what happens here on the last control. Tampereen Pyrintö still in the lead. Gap is 1 minute now to Södertälje when they are heading towards the last controls.
And I wonder if Halden is making a mistake again.
Yes, they are making it. So now, really in the end,
They were having a
Deli's-
grip of the
yeah,
third
Magne
place.
Deli's courthouse collapse.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was kind of sensing the smell of the bronze.
Yeah.
And then that was too much. Yeah, he's making a mistake.
And now we're waiting for Tampereen Pyrintö to be the next team there on the 23rd control. The gap has been over 8 minutes behind these
Jukolan
two
viestin
top
sanoma.
teams.
The message of Jukola.
Excellent work from both IFK Göteborg and KV, but also Tampereen Pyrintö and Södertälje Nykvarn and also Halden throughout the night. And here we are now listening the message of the Jukola Relay 2017. They've been ready for saying it, and it's the last leg runner Eskil Shinneberg standing behind the microphone.
Jukola-kabelns budskap 2017. Morgonen var vacker, himmel levde sig blå och klar och ur skogen omkring hördes bruset av en frisk nordvästan. Vår finskspråkliga nationalskald Alexis Kivi är landets första romanförfattare som skrev på finska. Betydelsen av det egna språkets utveckling kan inte förringas i jakten på nationell identitet. Romanen 7 bröder är finska när det är som vackrast. Vår nationella medvetenhet byggs i stort upp under en epok som Alexis Kivi beskriver i sin berättelse om Jukolas brödernas liv. Han beskriver utvecklingen av den yngste, Eero, den mest belästa av bröderna, till finländare sålunda. Han visste var det landet låg, den dyra landsända där Finlands folk bor, bygger och kämpar och i vars jord våra fäders kvarlevor vilar. Han kände till dess gränser, dess hav, dess hämningsfulla småleende sjöar och dess liksom risgärden strängande furuklädda åsar. Vårt hemlands hela bild, dess vänliga modersanlete och hade för alltid präglat sig i djupet av hans hjärta. Sommarnatten har gjort det möjligt för oss att bringa vårt budskap i mål genom att klättra upp för Herpantiaras steniga flyttningar och galoppera över berg och moar vid Pielisjokkis stränder. Vi övertäcker vårt budskap för att samfällt gratulera det 100-åriga självständiga Finland. I en och Joenssu den 18 2017 orienterar vi vid Jukola-kabeln.
There was the message of this year's Jukola relay, and it was sent to 100-year-old Finland.
7 brothers, which the whole Jukola relay reflects.
Jukola budskap.
And it was given to our president Sauli Niinistö.
Det är alltid aktuell och
Oh, this jubileum
först
relay, and
Mina
it was
With
given
the
to
words-
president.
Yeah, with the words of our national writer
Göteborg,
Alexis Kivi, who
IF,
wrote the
och
novel.
kanske mera det i år då vi firar vår 100-års självständighet. Och jag är säker att vi alla förstår er seger som en vänlig hälsning till Finland. Tack så mycket.
And behind the top teams now, the fight for the third place is open. Tampereen Pyrintö currently on a third place, 1 minute ahead of Södertälje Nykvarn Orienteering, and then Halden almost 2 minutes behind Södertälje. So that cost 1 minute more for Deli, that
Yeah, the
mistake there
mistake.
in the slope. And soon we are waiting Johan Runesson to the last control.
It's the best Finnish team.
As the best Finnish team.
No, second best Finnish
yes,
team,
of
sorry.
course, KV is the best one, and then Pyrintö the second one. And
At least the winners were blue and white for the Finland 100-year jubileum
Yes.
year.
you find some connection with that. And here we see the difference. And that was interesting. If we could have two teams there, and then the route choice still to the second last control. Lendersson taking the road, Tampereen Pyrintö, and Runesson here from the other side and keeping that pace. And we see also Magne Deli punching there on the third last control. And then open fight of the
Paimio Rasti and
60s.
Helsingin Suunnistajat.
Yes, they are together there.
There's this young guy, Olli Ojanaho against Olav Lundenes.
And they have passed Frohl at there, and Frohl is 1 minute behind. And now we jump there together with Johan Runesson and from Tampere Pyrintö, heading towards the last control and soon punching there. And bringing Tampere Pyrintö to the third place in this Jukola 2017. Excellent work from Pyrintö throughout the night. And Runesson now bringing the team to third place. Pascal Butch started the race so that he came in as 13th fastest. Then Elias Kuukka was in a lead in the beginning, but then lost some minutes in the end on a 5th place. Jarkko Huovula came in on a 3rd place after Jani Lakanen, and then Severi Kymäläinen, Aleksi Niemi, Florian Howard, and now Johan Runesson, bringing red and white Tampere Pyrintö colors on a 3rd place in this year's Jukola relay. This IFK Göteborg line is quite exceptional. Beimer was 4th fastest on the first leg, and after that Göteborg all the time in the lead. Yes.
And there we have Leandersson.
Leandersson bringing then Södertälje Nykvarn orienteering to the 4th place. Erik Liljeqvist running the first leg for Södertälje, Kent Olsson, Ivar Lundanes, Rickard Olsson, Ralph Street, Erik Börjeskog and Jonas Leandersson. And here first team from Tampere, Tampere Pyrintö, coming in as a 3rd team, giving high fives here on the final straight. Runesson made mistakes here, small mistakes, and Magne Deli catch him already, but on the last forkings he managed to do it the best way, so that keeping Tampere Pyrintö on a 3rd place.
Good job from the young team. Tampere Pyrintö had
And here comes now Jonas Leandersson bringing Södertälje Nykvarn orienteering on 4th place. So also excellent work from Södertälje. 3rd in Tiumila, and now coming in as a 4th team here. All the time better and better. Beginning wasn't so good when Erik Liljeqvist had problems at the first leg. And then Kent Olsson, Ivar Lundanes, Rickard Olsson, Ralph Street, Erik Björnskog and Jonas Leandersson came step by step closer and closer and managed to be 4th fastest team in this year's Jukola. And then next one we're waiting is Magne Deli and Halden. Soon also here the gap was 2 minutes. To Leandersson and Södertälje. And also Magne Deli is on the final hundreds of meters of the race heading here. Difference to the leading and winning Göteborg will be a little bit over 12 minutes. He was close to the 3rd place.
very close. Well then.
This is orienteering. And then when we look the fight behind now, when Halden coming here. We take Halden first in finish here. Emil Wingstedt, Erik Kamstrud Hovind, Fredrik Eliasson, Thomas Natvik Årstad, Håkon Radabörju, Jan Sedivi and Mange Deli in Halden's team. And the 5th place is the result. 12 minutes 16 seconds behind winning IFK Göteborg. And then we look at the situation behind there now, these top 5 teams. At the 6th intermediate place at 12.3 kilometers, Paimio Rasti and Helsingin Suunnistajat were together 15:55 behind, and then a little bit over 2 minutes was Hiden Kiertet and Leonid Novikov. So it's interesting to see, are we going to have a little fight here in the end? Helsingin Suunnistajat and Paimio Rasti, they are side by side now heading towards the second last control, small bridge over the ditch, and then heading to the last control. And now very interested. Olli Ojanaho against Olav Lundanes. It's going to be a fight there in the end.
It's a new generation.
New generation.
Pushing up.
Pushing up there and coming against the world top. And Olli also made the mistake in the beginning, but after that...
Two mistakes,
and also made the same that Shinneberg took the cards in his own hands and managed to do better and better all the time. And now it's going to be a tough fight from the last control to the finish. They should be there now any seconds, we see, and then wait to see them here on the final straight, which is long. And who has better strength now? Is it going to be Lundanes or Ojanaho for the fight of the 6th place? There they are, Helsingin Suunnistajat first, and 5 seconds behind is Lundanes. So now it looks so that Ojanaho is keeping Lundanes behind him, but there is still hundreds of meters to run. And they are now heading towards the competition center, and I'm going to see them first, as you are, when they are on the top of this little hill here, 50 meters before finish, and it's going to be a tough fight, but excellent work from a young Helsingin Suunnistajat team in today's race.
What we see is the GPS, and in the GPS it's still Helsingin Suunnistajat that's ahead of Paimio Rasti. The gap is the same all the time, but it's Helsingin Suunnistajat that's ahead.
That's ahead. Topi Raitanen, Einari Heinaro, Veli Kangas, Arttu Syrjäläinen, Olli-Pekka Heikkilä, Tuomas Heikkilä and Olli Ojanaho, all young lads running for Helsingin Suunnistajat, and now taking the 6th place if they are managing to keep Paimio Rasti behind them. Jesse Laukarinen started for Paimio Rasti, Bartosz Pawlak, Mikko Huhtinen, Markus Lindekvist, Daniel Stenlund, Fredrik Stranchard, and now Olav Lundanes in a fight with Olli Ojanaho, and
they disappeared from our GPS, but it was Olli Ojanaho ahead, and we'll soon see them.
They are soon here. There is Olli Ojanaho ahead of Olav Lundanes. Olav Lundanes has given up, and Olli Ojanaho bringing now Helsingin Suunnistajat to the 6th place. Excellent work, and there comes Lundanes, maybe 20 meters behind Ojanaho. Excellent work also from Lundanes, and Ojanaho bringing Helsingin Suunnistajat on the 6th place, and then Lundanes. And when we look the times, that their personal times, Lundanes has been of course fastest, 1:15:32, and Koves, Hupman, and then there is Leandersson 1:16:45, so 1:13 slower than Lundanes. So it was still a tight, although it looks to be so that it's breaking apart totally in the night, but this gathered again, these teams, and we got
now we should have Frohl in.
Yes, next we are waiting for Frohl, not yet punch at the last control. Frohl has been there.
Frohl has been caught up by Hiden Kiertet.
Valentin Novikov is half a minute ahead, then comes Frohl, and then there is a 3 minutes gap, a little bit over 3 minutes gap to Linné Riedefeld, together with Bergman, Ravinen and Varheim from Ärla. and also Ilari Sulkula half a minute behind them on the 30th place. So we are going to have a final sprint fight with Riedefeld and Bergman here. They are also known sprinters, so
yeah, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun to see.
It's a long sprint, so yeah, it's going to be a sprint between 3 Swedish teams.
Yes.
Where Bergman has clearly the best personal time
on
on
the
this
last
run.
control we have now already hiidenkiertäjät, Valentin Novikov coming in. Also an excellent race from Novikov. And behind him comes Ulf Forseth Ingord, only 5 seconds behind. So now we see who has strength here in the end. Is it Forseth Ingord or Novikov when they are heading towards the... And still hiidenkiertäjät a little bit ahead, heading here towards the final meters. Soon should be Novikov here in front of my house, and only a couple of meters behind comes Ulf Forseth Ingard. And also here, very glad Helsingin Suunnistaja team under my window. They are very happy for today's result, 6th place. And here comes Valentin Novikov bringing hiidenkiertäjät to the 8th place. And in the hiidenkiertäjät team, Mikko Patana, Leonid Novikov, Tomi Närma, Emeli Suominen, Olli-Pekka Koistinen, Matti Kivelä and Leonid Novikov. And then comes also Frul on 9th place. And in Frul's team, Stian Sundsvik, Jo Forseth Ingard, Paul Sirum, Lars Standard-Sjerstedt, Martin Wister, Yngve Skogstad and Ulf Forseth Ingard. And from there we go to the Eskil Skinneberg's interview.
Eskil Skinneberg, grattis till Jukola-segern.
Tusen tack.
Hur känns det att vara första svenska lag på väldigt länge som står här som segrare?
Ja, det känns väldigt bra. Det är extra kul att det är så länge sedan någon svensk klubb har vunnit. Det har varit mycket prat om det, att vi ska ta första svenska segern på 4-5 år. Det är riktigt kul att klara det.
Det var ett otroligt fint lagjobb ni gjorde igen, liksom på 10 mila, men på slutet blev det ändå väldigt spännande, vilket var förstås roligt åtminstone för publiken här och så. Men hur kände du det under sista sträckan? Det hände väldigt mycket där.
Nej, det kändes ju jag kände mig bra och var ganska lugn när jag sprang ut. Sen så, ja, det var ju lite, jag tror jag flyttade greppet lite på kartan, lite fel. Och då, så jag tyckte jag hade helt kontroll, helt det plötsligt inte var någon kontroll där. Men ja, såklart jag lugnade ner mig ganska snabbt när jag hittade kontrollen, och sen så jag Homan, och då, ja, när jag fick en lycka så kändes det egentligen ganska lugnt. Jag hade väldigt bra koll och kände mig väldigt bra.
Du var säker på att du leder hela vägen då?
Ja, jag var ganska säker på det, för jag såg Homan lite bak och sen så tog jag min kontroll väldigt bra. Men då inte, det var ett ställe man kunde se ganska långt både fram och bakover, och då såg jag inte, och då kände jag att jag hade lyckan och kunde bara löpa mitt eget löp.
Du gjorde ett litet misstag här, kanske 4-5 kontroller före slutet. Fick du några extra hjärtslag där?
Nej, jag tyckte inte jag gjorde något misstag, så jag tyckte jag hade bra koll. Jag kanske sprang lite säkert något ställe, men det kändes bra.
Iskallt, grattis!
Tack!
Here we had the glad winner of today's race, IFK Göteborg, and then we have here a fight for 10th place. UK Ravinen, Gustav Bergman, just ahead of Linnes, Albin Riedefeld, and then comes also Erla IF and Kara Warheim. And it looks to be so that Bergman is keeping Riedefeld behind his back. Skinneberg said that he wasn't so scared of after his mistake in the beginning, although he saw Hubman there. But when he picked the controls very smoothly, he knew that he was in the lead and could keep it until the end. And here comes now UK Ravinen and taking the 10th place. And in Ravinen's team, Jonathan Clickmore, Kalle Bergman, Emil Granqvist, Axel Granqvist, Martin Poklub, Ruslan Glepov and Gustav Bergman. Now as a 10th team at the finish. And behind there comes Albin Riedefeld, also UK Linné. And in Linné's team today, Jakob Andersson, Milos Nigodim, Rasmus Andersson, Mats Trueng, Jan Trueng, Oskar Sjöberg, Albin Riedefeld. And then it takes a small while before we have Erla coming in, and next two teams has been also at the last control. Vehkalainen Veikot, Mark Lauenstein, and Ikalisten Nouseva Voima, Eetu Savolainen. Lauenstein 6 seconds ahead of Savolainen, and I believe with the running capacity, Vehkalahti is going to be 13th, and then comes also Ilari Sulkula from Vajakosken Terä there to the last control, and soon here at the finish. And then we're going to see also here MS Parma and IL Tyrving next to come towards finish before Nydalens, who is there punching on a third last control. Katja, interesting relay.
Very interesting. And kind of sport-wise very interesting as well, because it was not decided until the end. But still we see which club was most stable and was leading all the way.
Yeah, like in women's relay, like in Venla Rally, it was also the same. After Ösa could manage to calm and accurate presentation.
Yeah, but here still, like, Göteborg was doing very well, but still we couldn't know who was winning until the very end, which kept it interesting and exciting.
That's true, and now soon their next Vehkalainen Veikot at the finish. An excellent work from Vehkalainen Mark Lauenstein, bringing the team here to the 13th place. And in that team we had Andris Jubelin, Steroför, Samu Heiska, Janne Weckman, Tuomas Mattila, Eero Inkeri and Mark Lauenstein running for Vehkalahden Veikot. Then Ikalisten Nouseva Voima taking the 14th place. And in Nouseva Voima's team we had Vesa Taanila, Aleksi Karppinen, Ville Parkkinen, Tero Linnanmaa, Mikko Knuuttila, Dimitri Tsvetkov and Eetu Savolainen. Difference still from the top teams is quite a big when we have 14 best teams at the finish, 24 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the same as in women's relay, also there big differences. And then comes Vajakosken Terä to the 15th place. I believe they are quite happy with the result. Ricardo Rankan, Juha Sorvisto, Lauri Oikarinen, Toni Saari, Jonne Lakanen, Aki Saari and Ilari Sulkula. And then
we'll have MS Parma as next, I think. If not, Matias Kibuts is sprinting in, because he's not very far away.
No. MS Parma and Tyrving, the cap was at the last control.
They're soon on the hill.
Half a minute, so MS Parma is going to take the 16th place, and here it is here at finish, and also Matias Kiburts bringing IL Tyrving to the 17th place. In MS Parma's team there were Juri Tampasau, Arto Talvinen, Aleksi Ruohola, Eero Heinonen, Sami Hämäläinen, Henrik Väisänen and Artem Popov, and then Tyrving, which was one of those teams that on our papers could manage to be in the top 10 today. 17, Wojciech Kowalski, Turgej Norberg, Anders Tidnes, Espen Jakobsen, Torbjörn Sagberg, Björn Ekeberg and Matias Kiburts. And then we look behind here. So next will be so that we are waiting for Nydalens to come to last control, and after Nydalens there is a 3 minutes gap to Turun Metsänkävijät, then 2 minutes, and Denzel, Uelnorska, Lillumarkka, Espoon Suunta, IFK leading UK Trian on the 25th place, followed by KV's second team, then Malungs on the 27th place, Antea Nui, Angelniemi, Hiisirasti and Rajamäen Rykmentti, when we have 31 teams at 11.1 kilometers. And We have at 12.3 kilometers 19 best teams UK Densel after Nydalens on the 19th place. So these two teams are next. We are waiting to the last control. And cap from Densel to winning Göteborg is 33 minutes, a little bit over. If we start to sum this up, this Jukola weekend here at Joensuu and Eno, it's been a wonderful weekend. Sun has been shining. We have had demanding
Orienteering is quite demanding courses.
But still, it's been a jubileum for orienteering.
Definitely. I think it's a good combination that now the weather was good, but there is a hard surface, very good competition center, but still very demanding orienteering. Because sometimes it tends to be, in big relays, sometimes you see that either one is good and the other one not so good. Now everything has been working well.
Everything has been working well and
exciting
competitions, and although it looks to be, as you said earlier here, that there were big differences already after also in the women's race and the Vela race, and now Jukola after the 3 first legs at the night, but still it was an exciting race until the end, about the victory and also about the podium places. And now next one to fight to the top 20 places. We are one waiting for Nydalens Asko and Howard Haga. He has punched on the last control and heading here towards the finish area. And here we have now next interview about last leg runner of Tampereen Pyrintö and Johan Runesson.
Tampereen Pyrintö, Johan Runesson, grattis till en fin tredjeplats.
Tack så mycket.
Det här är väl det bästa på ganska länge för Tampereen Pyrintö på Jukola?
Ja, det tror jag. Jag vet att de har varit tvåa många gånger. Jag vet dock inte om jag har vunnit, men framförallt med det här unga laget så är ju det bästa vi gjort. Jag tror nästan 12:e platsen, eller 13:e platsen förra året var bland det bättre också.
Det är fint, väldigt fint. Hur var ditt eget lopp idag?
Jo, det började bra, men sen så var det så att jag på första långsträckan så jag fick mycket stig på slutet, men det var ganska jobbigt att ta mig ut till stigen, så där kände jag det kanske inte var jättebra. Och sen, men så var det liksom, så hade jag bra flyt, och sen in i det här partiet som kanske bara sträcka 2, 3 och möjligtvis 6 hade varit, så var det lite mindre spår och lite egen orientering, och där så var det så att jag kanske gled med de spåren som fanns lite för mycket och gjorde 2 lite mindre misstag som gjorde att jag kom lite på efterkälken orienteringen, och det gjorde att jag hade en ganska dålig långsträcka hem, och sen kom ju Deli bakifrån och då blev jag lite förbannad på mig själv att jag släppte in dem, för jag visste att jag hade en lucka när jag gick ut, och då tänkte jag bara nu jäkla biter jag ihop och så kör jag min orientering och så springer de på min rygg och kanske går med fel gaffel. Jag tror nästan det var det som hände, så att då kunde jag ändå defilera in i mål, och det var riktigt skönt att få möta grabbarna uppe på kullen.
Fantastiskt fint. Tack och grattis.
Kiitos.
He was Johan Runesson from Tampereen Pyrintö, and he said that he had some troubles there in the beginning, and then when he saw Daly catching up him, he was a little bit uncertain that, what's the situation, but then he managed to take the controls in the end smoothly and keep the Tampereen Pyrintö team on 3rd place. And here is Uwe Norska from Switzerland heading towards finish, and Norska is there. I don't know if
there's a fight against Turun Metsänkävijät.
Yes.
Different route choices. It's going to be, because we all know that Yannick Michels is very good in this long run in, so that's going to be exciting.
Yes, there is Michels against Joe Hadorn. Fight for the next places. They were, and I believe there will be also another teams coming there at the same time. And now Michels making a small mistake there. And this was speculated also before, that if you are taking the route and try to find out, so Kostetter said that everyone who came from that direction made a 5 to 10 seconds mistake there. And so that's also, but we know that Michels is a tough runner, a good runner, so he's seeing maybe there
might be other teams together with
leading
them.
Lillumarka are in the same group also. In that group, fight for the next places.
It would be nice to have the Swiss team within the 20 best. To have some international color in this club list.
That's true. And now at the last control, we have there Uko Denseln punching. And then come Uel Norska, Joe Hadorn. But the gap to Denseln is quite big, and soon we are going to have a Denseln here at the finish. Emil Kalered bringing Denzel to the 19th place, and then Norska is 10 seconds ahead of IFK leading Joensuu-Jukola and Österbø, and then comes Yannick Michels only 1 second behind Österbø.
Now that's going to be exciting.
Exciting fight between two sprinters.
Interesting sprint now, so it's too bad we can't see the picture before the last hill and then
and
the
is
short
that 10
running.
seconds enough or 11 seconds enough for Joey Hadorn against Yannick Michels? We have to wait and see who of these three...
Whose head is popping up behind the hill.
Yeah, and first there is coming Uko Densel's Emil Kalered.
We see him here now.
Kalered is here coming. And Densel's team was Aliras Partevicius, Ule Kalered, Matias Halmén, Erik Pettersson, August Mulen, Pavlo Uskvarok and Emil Kalered.
And there we have, do we know?
No, not yet. We are waiting there. Is it going to Joey Hadorn, Øystein Kval Österbo or Yannick Michels?
And this is Joey.
Joey Hadorn has
Uel
kept
Norska.
Uel Norska on a 21st place, 20th place, yes. Uel Norska, a good race.
Good finish from him.
Yes, and then there comes
First Österbø and then
Michels, yes, bringing IFK leading Joensuu-Jukola on the 21st place, and then Turun Metsänkävijät first team and Yannick Michels on 22nd place. And next one we are waiting are Espoon Suunta, Vladislav Malishev, together with Lillumarka and Gaute Stuyver, and they were only 2 seconds apart at the last control. And also Malung Skogsmordarna, William Lind, and then KV second team Wojciech Sikora, and Sikora is also a good sprinter. And then comes UK Trian and Petteri Muukkonen there as a 27th team. Ante Nui first team, Jon August Ustmuen there. So small fights have we seen here now. Fight for the top 30 places. First here
this
was
is
Espoon
Lillumarka.
Suunta, Vladislav Malisev
And then
first, and then Lillumarka coming after that. Gaute Stuyver bringing Lillumarka on the 24th place, and 25th last team to be on the podium. 25 teams will be awarded. That will be, is it going to be Malungs or KV second team? Is it going to be William Lind or Wojciech Sikora coming next out from behind that hill? There was almost a minute gap between Lillumarka and then Malungs and KV. Behind them UK Trian, Ante Nui and Angel Menankuri approaching the finish as a 29th team. Then there is a little bit under minute cap, and we are waiting for Reimar Rykmentti, Hiisirasti, UK Orion, Fredrikstad, IFK Muras, ULV Baseland and Iktisa as the 36th team to finish. They are not yet punched at the last control. Here comes first Malungs, and taking the 35th place, just ahead of KV second team. William Lind was faster than Ante Nui, Jon August Usmuen, and UK3 Petteri Muukkonen.
KV's second team was the best second team.
Yes, that's true also.
26th place is good for a second team, very good.
And then next two teams punch it at last control are Hangeniemen Ankkuri and Rajamäen Rykmentti. So now we have soon top 30 at the finish. And it's been an interesting night here at Jukola 2017. Next year we're going to continue at Lahti, Hollola, and the terrain at there is totally different.
Oh yeah, been there. Got
Been
lost.
there, done that, got lost. Hangeniemen Ankkuri finishing there on a 29th place, and then coming Rajamäen Rykmentti soon. Somehow there is not UK3 at the finish on my list, although UK3 came in the finish on a 27th. Oh, there is it now, 28th place. Yes, now it came as I asked it was good. And then Hangeniemen Ankkuri on a 29th place, and there is coming now Tuomas Tervo and bringing Rajamäen Rykmentti to the 30th place. And there is now Rajamäen Rykmentti 30th, Tuomas Tervo bringing the team at the finish. And then at the last control we have had Andrei Kramov from Hiisi Rasti bringing his team. And after Kramov we are waiting for UK Orion, Fredrikstad, IFK Muras, ULV Paasland, Iktiisa, Turun Metsänkävijät, second team Järla and Lahten Suunnistajat. They have been there on a 12.3 kilometers and they have now still a little bit to come. But this is one Jukola to remember again.
Definitely. They are all to remember, but some you remember better.
If Katja, you have to pick up 3 words.
Words?
3 words.
Words?
Words about saying this Jukola at Eno 2017. What would you say?
I'd say sunny. Also including the hospitality and a nice attitude in the Eastern Finland. I would pick tough, because it was tough in many ways, and greenish.
Greenish? Is that the word?
Now it is.
Now it Katjas me.
No, it's a good word.
Good word, greenish.
Good word.
Yeah, that's true. I could pick demanding, because it was demanding in many ways. Warm, like you said.
Especially in here in the
Especially
studio.
now, it's our little sauna here. And then I believe I'm going to find the third word when I'm by myself orienteering.
No, you gave me 1 second to pick the 3 words, so you
but I have to pick also. So it's enjoyable, because it's been a tough orienteering, and so that it's been enjoyable in many ways. Seeing here the results, although there was the big differences, and then still something to wait and see. Is the teams in the lead keeping their positions, or is there coming new teams? Hiisi Rasti came here, Andrei Kramov in the finish, and next there have been at the last control IFK Muras UK, Wojciech Kral, Fredrikstad SK, Mattias Karlsson, only 2 seconds behind, so there might be a little sport fight. And then Iktiisa and Artur Paulins just ahead of, half a minute ahead of ULV Baseland. Best Swiss team, second best team, yes, UL Norska was there already on the 20th place, and then Baseland now, Anders Holmberg bringing Swiss team to the 35th place. But we see there is Kral against Matthias Karlsson, just heading towards the finish. So still a good fight to the top 35.
Yeah, it must be remembered that there are a lot of good runners at this level too. It's not there. I can see them.
Yeah, they are pushing very, very good. And it's first number 32, and that's UK Orion Thomas Kürger, bringing Orion on 31st place. And then comes IFK Mura's Wojciech Kral, and then 39 Matthias Karlsson, but there was also Kral. And then 44 is Iktisa. And still Baseland to come there also on to 35th place.
Yeah, with Anders Holmberg. Anders Holmberg as a Swiss is almost the same as Florian Hovald as a Finn.
Okay, both living here in those countries and almost...
Like speaking the language perfectly and being acclimatized.
Yeah. IFK Mura's Wojciech Kral bringing his team on 31st place, then UK Orion Thomas Kürger 32nd, Fredrikstad Matthias Karlsson 33rd, and Iktisa Artur Paulus. Iktisa was a long way fighting for top 15 positions, but then in the end just really not enough, and Iktisa first Lithuanian team, best Lithuanian team, on 34th place, followed by ULV Baseland from Switzerland, Anders Holmberg bringing the team on a 35th place. And as you can notice, it's getting warm here in the studio. It's going to be still a long day because there are many teams to go out. This,
like you?
Like me, one crazy fan going out after being awake here in the studio for a whole night. But have to do because it's going to be, if I'm counting right, 28th Jukola in a row.
Okay, I have a gift for you.
Okay.
I know you don't eat sweets, but this is a chocolate where it says in Finnish, it says open only in emergency, at emergency situations.
Yes.
So this is, you can carry it with you, because I think you will need some more energy.
Thanks very much. We'll see what happens today on this last leg. What was it? 14 kilometers ahead of me. So.
Yep, emergency.
Yes. And then we have the next teams arriving, and there are Järla Orientering, Espen Veltien, Lahden Suunista 37, Aaron Bako, and Janis Grumings for Turun Metsäkävijät second team. And we are going to have a small fight because these three teams are in 4 seconds. And it looks to be there is no competition number.
I would say that
Lahden Suunista, the shirt there has been strongest and taking the 36th place there. Lahden Suunista, Aaron Bako, and follow there comes then Järla and Espel Veltien taking the 37th place.
Lahden Suunista, like, they won't be running next year, will they?
They won't be running next year because here is the logo for next year's Jukola. Jukola 2018, Lahti Hollola, and I wish you all very welcome to Lahti Hollola. Totally different terrain and than here.
Inverted hills.
Inverted hills, yes. And by these words, I wish you all welcome to 2018 Lahti Hollola Jukola, and thank you for following us this live coverage from Jukola 2017. It's time for me to take some extra energy and go and have enjoying this terrain here. And for you, Katja, thank you again being here.
Thank you.
I believe you are taking a nap and then start to drive home.
Yeah.
Enjoyable moments during this summer, and maybe we see and hear in other competitions during this summer or next year's. Next big event will be the World Championships at Estonia, and remember 2018 Jukola at Lahti. See you, bye-bye.
Bye.